It's been less than 24 hours and I got even more PS5 Pro news. Like really, I'm not milking this topic, but people and leakers can't stop talking about it. So we're gonna talk cooling system of the PlayStation 5 Pro. We're gonna talk how Sony managed to keep the price low, but give us such power, and how Sony potentially signed a marketing deal with Rockstar's upcoming GTA 6 game. We might potentially get GTA 6 Trailer 2 revealed in a PlayStation showcase soon. Let's get into the first story. Sony may have actually done the impossible and secured marketing rights for GTA 6. It's hard to quantify just how big it's going to be because I think some people don't fully grasp just how huge this is. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to break the internet in more ways than one, and it will represent billions and billions of dollars worth of increased revenue. There's even stories and reporting of how Phil Spencer and Hiroki Toki, the guy that's running Sony, are counting on GTA 6 boosting their bottom lines for this next fiscal year through 2025. That's how big the game is. It won't just affect the bottom lines of the companies that are making and publishing it, it's going to affect the bottom line of everybody, because it's going to bring a ton of new people into the PS5 and Xbox Series generation. It's really going to do a lot for it, so this is a big deal if it ends up being true. This report is referenced in an article by Game Rant, which discusses rumors that Sony may have secured GTA 6 marketing rights. I have some thoughts, and we'll go through it. Quote, a new report suggests that Sony has secured rights to market Grand Theft Auto 6, alongside the PS5 and the upcoming PS5 Pro. Sony's relationship with Rockstar Games dates all the way back to the PS2 days, so it wouldn't be too surprising if the pair of gaming juggernauts joined forces to market the long-awaited GTA 6. One insider on the XNC podcast, who goes by M-Mag, claims Sony has locked down a marketing agreement for GTA 6, which would give them the upper hand in advertising, though the game will still be available on Xbox Series consoles. This deal could limit GTA 6's marketing exposure on Microsoft platforms, which might not seem like a big deal. But it is. Look at what happened with Hogwarts Legacy. It had an exclusive marketing deal with Sony, and that splash screen saying available on PS5 and PS4 led many people to think it was a PlayStation exclusive. The power of association is strong. The same thing could happen with GTA 6. When people see the trailers ending with PlayStation, it could make them second-guess their console choice. That's exactly the leverage Sony wants. Subtle, yet effective. Magog also noted that we might learn more about this marketing deal when GTA 6's second trailer drops. He speculates it could happen at the 2024 Game Awards this December, but even he isn't certain. Another insider, Red Gaming Tech, suggested that Sony might use GTA 6 to heavily promote the PS5 Pro. Again, take this with a grain of salt. None of this is confirmed. If this were rock-solid info, you'd think we'd hear from more established journalists like Jason Schreier or Jeff Grubb. So, we have to approach this news with a healthy dose of skepticism. That said, it does make sense. PlayStation needs a killer app to sell the PS5 Pro. They don't have that standout wow game yet. Using GTA 6 as a showcase for the Pro's power could be a smart move, especially if they highlight enhanced visuals or performance exclusive to the Pro version. It could justify the upgrade for a lot of players. On the flip side, I'd be surprised if Microsoft isn't trying to fight for its own piece of the pie here. They've clearly shifted towards a software and service model, but letting Sony dominate the marketing for the biggest game of the decade seems like a missed opportunity. It's like they're playing catch-up in a race they didn't even know they were in. While this news makes sense strategically for Sony, without solid confirmation from more reputable sources, it's hard to say how real it is. If true, it would be a significant play in this console generation's battle for dominance. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Releasing only a PlayStation 5 Pro digital model would help Sony keep the system's price down, as the Japanese company seems to be struggling to contain production costs. During the latest episode of their podcast, the tech experts at Digital Foundry commented on the yet-to-be-revealed new system, and a recent leak that suggests a digital model could be the only one to get released. Looking at the split between the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, which was close to 80-20 in favor of the base model, there's little doubt that the PS5 Pro is going to be a niche model. As such, it's unlikely Sony will bifurcate the market after having done so already with the base model. In addition, the system's price is definitely going to be a concern. Sony seems unable to keep the production costs low, as suggested by the recent base model's price increase in Japan. In this regard, releasing only a PlayStation 5 Pro digital model would help the company keep the price low and make the system more enticing, given how the price is undoubtedly going to be higher than that of the base model due to the hardware under the hood. On the other hand, a PlayStation 5 Pro digital model only released release could create some other issues with the enthusiast crowd it targets, which often gravitates toward physical copies of games. The system is most likely going to be compatible with the detachable disk drive, but that would add to the cost of upgrading. Still, Digital Foundry finds that releasing only a digital model would make more sense. The specs of the console were already leaked at the beginning of the year. A short time later, rumors emerged about a significantly improved upscaling which should allow games in Unreal Engine 5 to run more smoothly. Now there is new speculation regarding the console's memory, volume, and power consumption. According to the latest episode of the Broken Silicon podcast hosted by the brothers behind the YouTube channel, Moore's Law is dead.
I think there's a chance it could have 2 terabytes of storage, at least the dev kit does, and also have the same 2-prong power connector that the PS5 had. So that suggests that this thing is using less than 250 watts and likely around or below 200 watts. They're not pushing this thing hard at all. Outlets are reporting that the PS5 Pro was an open secret at Gamescom. This thing is coming out this year for sure.
Yeah, everything I see about this, I'm excited. I'm glad they're not pushing like 300 watts, and this will just be a relatively quietly running machine. I mean, my PS5 base is pretty quiet as it is, so if it runs like a PS5 and it just gets, I don't know, 50% extra performance with it, that new upscaling and ray tracing, I'm excited to see reviews for it. I'm not convinced I'll buy it at this point.
I might though, because for me, it's just an easy thing to justify when it's not $1,000 like a graphics card. Half of these games, like I play Helldivers on here, is just going to run better. Why not? That's how I think of it.
The PlayStation 5 dev kit has 2 terabytes of storage, twice as much as the standard PS5 model. Although deviations from the retail model are not ruled out, this raises hopes that the final version of the PS5 Pro could also offer just as much storage space. Another piece of information from the podcast concerns the cooling and power consumption design of the PS5 Pro. According to the YouTubers, the dev kit uses the same power connection as the standard PS5. This, along with the similar power consumption, suggests that the PS5 Pro could offer the same quiet and cool performance as the base model. While we've been inundated with leaks and rumors about the PS5 Pro, things have been much quieter on the Nintendo front regarding the highly anticipated Switch 2. While we do know it's slated to be announced before April 2025, specifics are scarce, and fans have been left guessing about when the big reveal will come. Recent speculation pointed to a September announcement, but a reliable leaker, Bill Bilkun, has thrown a curveball by stating that the upcoming hardware reveal will not be the Switch 2. Instead, Bill Bilkun claims Nintendo is gearing up to announce a new bundle for the current Switch OLED model, featuring last year's hit game Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This bundle will include a standard white OLED console, a digital copy of the game, and a 3-month subscription to Nintendo Switch Online. Given Bill Bilkun's recent accuracy regarding PS5 Pro details, there's every reason to believe their information on this as well. Why the wait for the Switch 2? If this leak is accurate, it would suggest that Nintendo is holding off on the Switch 2 reveal until 2025, with a packed lineup of games for 2024, including Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Super Mario Jamboree, and Mario and Luigi Brothership. Announcing a new console might risk overshadowing these releases. Releasing a new hardware bundle instead could help Nintendo boost holiday sales without cutting into the demand for their current Switch lineup. Furthermore, Nintendo's recent spending trends support the theory that a major new console is in the works. According to their financial records, Nintendo's research and development (R&D) spending has been increasing annually for the last 7 years, with a significant jump in the last fiscal year. They spent a record $910 million on R&D, which marks the highest expenditure in the company's 134-year history. The spike in spending in early 2024, closely mirroring the spending pattern before the original Switch launch in 2017, strongly indicates that the Switch 2 development is well underway and ramping up for full-scale production. What's next for Nintendo? While some may still hope for a surprise Switch 2 teaser at the Game Awards in December, the odds are slim. Nintendo rarely reveals substantial hardware news at third-party events. The smart money is on a major reveal in early 2025, potentially through a dedicated Nintendo Direct or a similar event, ensuring maximum focus on their new console. Nintendo's approach to unveiling new hardware is often unpredictable, but their current spending trends and the leak about the new Switch bundle suggest they are carefully planning the timing of their next big move. In the meantime, fans might have to make do with a new bundle while waiting for the next generation of Nintendo hardware.